Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another video. Today we're going to be going through on Indeed and looking at some of the clinical research associate jobs, some of the entry-level CRA jobs, some study coordinator positions, basically anything we can find. We're just going to comb through right now here in September of 2018, towards the end of, it's actually, we can look. It is September 15th, 2018. We are going to look through on Indeed and see what we find. Because a lot of people are having a hard time finding positions. And I'm telling you, I don't think you guys are doing what I'm telling you to do, which is go on Indeed and look for these positions and make sure you apply to them. So we're going to go through, comb through, see what we can find. Now, part of the problem could be you're not applying to enough jobs. But the other part of it is your resume might suck. Well, I developed a program for you that you can apply for, the eliteclinicalgroup at gmail.com. You can email us there, and I will actually go through your resume. We'll ask you some questions first. We'll figure all the logistics and stuff out first, and then I'll comb through your resume, and we'll look at your past experience and see how we can better translate that into clinical research experience for you. Guys, don't wait and learn from not getting accepted to hundreds of jobs before you realize, oh, it's your resume. Get help now so you can save yourself. So maybe you only have to apply to 50 jobs or even less. Save yourself the heartaches now. I see a lot of the same issues that people are emailing me with when it comes to their resume. So just want to put that out there so you guys know that if you're having a hard time, maybe narrowing down your resume to one page, maybe if you should even have a 1-page or a 2-page resume, I can help you. So email me once again at eliteclinicalgroup at gmail.com. So let's go ahead and get started. You guys know who've been following the channel for a long time. I like to start off with a simple search on Indeed for clinical research associate. And we're not going to put in a location just because I know the listeners are from all around the world. But you'll see when you do a search here, you get a lot of the same jobs from or a lot of the same areas. So right off the bat, I'm not going to do any of the sponsored ones. Some of them are good. I mean, if you're obviously looking for a job, you might want to go in there. But okay, right off the bat, we've got from one day ago, we've got a clinical research associate 1. So this sounds like an entry-level position, guys. You don't see this often. So this is PRA. They got an entry-level position here. So let me make sure it's entry-level. Qualifications: be able to speak English, undergraduate degree, clinical research experience, knowledge of ICH, GCP, and advanced degree. The advanced degree is not mandatory here, but if you've got one, even better. This is the CRA 1 positions are what you should be looking for if you want to be a CRA. Now, these are very hard to get without experience, and I've actually seen PRA put up a bunch of them that don't require experience in the past, but it looks like they've even added clinical research experience to what you may need. So keep that in mind, but apply. This is how you get your 200 jobs. You apply to a lot of jobs that you aren't necessarily qualified for. But those jobs, maybe the recruiter likes something on your resume and will tell you, hey, I like your resume. I like what you have to offer. I've got this other job that you'd be a better fit for. That's why the goal is 200. It may not necessarily be one of the 200 jobs that you applied for. It could be one of the other jobs that one of the recruiters saw you for and put you in for. Or one of the hiring managers saw and said you'd be a better fit for this. So that's why 200 jobs is such an important number to reach, because it may not necessarily be that one of those jobs that you applied for, but it could be another job that they're doing. So yeah, CRA 1 is what you're going to be looking for. And to be honest, if any of you got a CRA 1 job, no matter where you are in the United States, I'm just going to say United States, no matter where you are, if you got a CRA 1 job and they wanted you to move for it, you move. No questions asked. This is a job you move for. It is so rare for people to get these jobs, so competitive that you are literally not smart. I'm not going to say dumb or stupid. You are literally not smart if you get one of these jobs and decline it. So I mean, this is something that could literally change your life. I mean, plenty of my mentors told me in the CRA game, they told me once you get this position, it's going to change your life. And you can ask other CRAs out there, so you don't just hear from my voice. Did the position change your life? Or how did your life change when you became a CRA? It changes people's lives, guys. That's why people want to be it so bad. So, okay, PRA, you guys know them. I've done a Glassdoor review on them. Looks like we've got another CRA position here. Rengex Bio, haven't heard too much about them. Let's see. I always like to look at the travel. And look here, 2 years of clinical research experience before. So this is not a... This is a serious position here. So they don't really have much there. Charlie documents. Let's see. So this may. So this is probably, I don't know much about them, but I'm not going to go in too much depth there. But this might be this might not be a CRO. This looks like a sponsor company, because their CRA is more like a project manager type role. So it could be that. You could be doing some traveling. I mean, I'm sure, this is very generic. So I'm sure, since they're requiring 2 years experience, that, you're going to be doing some serious stuff there. So let's see. We got a regional clinical research associate in the East. So first I like to look for travel, see if this is what this is. 3 years of pharma with 1 to 3 years of CRA or CRC. So a lot of people have been emailing me that are clinical research coordinators where they're finding it hard to get a job. Part of it could be you are not willing to move, or part of it could be that you are in a location that's not great. And I realized that. So some of the advice I may have given on that in the past may not have taken that into account of location. Where people have said they're having a hard time getting a job, and I didn't think about location. So location is huge. I am willing to move pretty much anywhere outside of high cost places. So I never really thought about that before, but that could be a constraint for some people. And you definitely want to think about that when getting into the field. I've said before, Raleigh, Durham area, that's a hub. Boston area, Northeast, Philly, maybe even New York a little bit. Those are all hubs of clinical research. You got a lot of pharma companies up there, so the field is great. Then you've got San Diego, LA. Great. Those are all three. Those are the huge hubs. You'll never have a problem progressing in your career in those places. Especially Raleigh, Durham. That's like a up and coming one, but it's been a hub for a while, because that's where IQVIA quintiles are based. That's where Syneos Health is based. Pretty much anybody who's anybody in the CRO biotech world has an office or a presence in Raleigh, Durham. And that's the same in a lot of places. They got offices all over the country usually, but a hub is where you want to be if you can. Definitely recommend it. So we got another one, cancer research. This is at a hospital. So let's see what we got here. Projects, case report forms and electronic data according to sponsor requirements, collection and ancillary studies such as quality of life. Okay, this is a study coordinator. Participation in on-site monitoring visits, startup meetings, site monitoring visits, recruit study subjects. Yep. So anytime you see that, recruiting, this is a study coordinator. So if you're in the North Carolina area, this came out 15 days ago, but you still want to apply, especially if it's a quick application. So this is a study coordinator. See, this is why I like using the clinical research associate search query in Indeed, because you get a lot of different things. You've got study coordinator, you've got some CRAs, but look what we got here. Entry-level clinical research associate based in Durham. Once again, I didn't put any location finder in there. I've just put anywhere in the United States, and you've seen a lot in Raleigh, Durham area. So let's see. Experience as a study coordinator. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Seeking experienced clinical research coordinator. Boom. A lot of these companies are looking for study coordinators. So study coordinator experience is awesome. That's awesome. It's a great, great position for you to get in the field. And I think they make the best CRAs, honestly. And I've never was a study coordinator, but still, I think they make the best CRAs, just because they've seen the job from the other shoe. They know what they're doing. They make great CRAs. So seeking experienced clinical research coordinator. So for my coordinators out there saying they cannot get a CRA job, are you making sure you're looking? Making sure you're actually searching? Shout out to you guys. So let's see. We got AbbVie. I've been really interested in the sponsor world lately. Just because, man, they got a lot of money and they provide some great perks that I've heard. Great perks. So you definitely want to keep your eyes open for sponsors and look out for those too. You don't just want to work in a CRO. I mean, these are billion dollar companies. They pay well too. They've got great perks. I mean, they pay better than a CRO. You just want to think about a CRO. I mean, the CRO is just a vendor. The sponsor is where it's really at. That's where the power lies. They decide everything. The CRO is just a fancy vendor. That's all they are. So here, let's look at the qualifications. 75% travel. How does that sound? That's a bona fide CRA right there. So look, they want 1 year of clinically related experience in the medical profession, pharmaceutical or diagnostic company preferred. Whether they said required, preferred, mandatory, I don't care. I'm applying. Current knowledge and understanding of appropriate therapeutic indications as they relate to the conduct. All right, cool. So that's pretty much it. All I need is 1 year of some experience. So boom, you guys should apply to this. And this is in Philadelphia. So there it is. Got another CRA for UNC. Let's move on. Let's see what else we can find, guys. We got a study coordinator. Easy apply. These are stuff you want to apply for. I mean, Nashville, Tennessee. I know I've seen a couple jobs in Nashville actually in my life. I actually even applied for one and they offered it to me very, very early on in my career. It was a study coordinator position, and I'm not going to say the name of the employer, partly because I don't remember the name of the employer. But I didn't want to move out there. I just did it to hopefully negotiate for another salary on a different position. But very good job. I mean, study coordinator, once again, great position. That's definitely one you want to be in for 1.5 to 2 years so you can really understand what's going on. But you should have no problem making the jump if you're flexible to move. The more flexible you are to move, the easier it is for you to get a job at a CRO or a pharma company because you can move anywhere. And they're going to be willing to provide some assistance for you to move at that level. If you're making a jump to the CRA level, you make enough money where they're going to be willing to move you. So here we go. I mean, this is a study coordinator position. No need to go in there. You guys know what it is. I have gone over what that position does a lot. So boom. Then look at all these. We've got Denver, senior CRA, which CRAs, no matter the level, don't really need to be based anywhere specific. Unless they want you East Coast, then you might want to live in like Virginia or North Carolina or something. Let's see, CRA at BioRasi. Let's see what this is. We'll perform all types of site visits. All right, so we got a site visit. Let's see how much experience they want. Prefer a minimum of 2 years monitoring. So there it is. And this one's in Florida. So here's a CRA position. And look, if I'm a study coordinator, I'm applying for this anyway. All right, they want monitoring experience, but I mean, study coordinator experience is just as good. I think you can convince people. It's nearly as good. I think you can convince people very easily. So if you're a study coordinator, I would just go ham and apply for whatever CRA positions you can find, because I think you can make that transition into a regular CRA position, not necessarily just an entry-level one. I mean, just look at all these companies. All these companies I'd never even heard of. Wilmington, is that Delaware? Let's see what we got. Clinical Research 2. Nemours, never heard of them. Let's see what they got. At least 3 years of research experience required. Okay. This doesn't sound like this is a disease lab, so no. That's not what we're looking for. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what this is. Clinical Research Associate at Zimmer Biomet. Like I said, guys, I mean, look, I don't even know some of these companies, and they got positions. So travel up to 35%. Experience plus 3 to 5 years experience working in a clinical research environment. So let's see. On-site monitoring, either independently or in conjunction with a monitor. Supports clinical affairs management, coordinates with sites, the institutional review board approvals, enrollment, follow-up, and adherence. Maintains the sponsor's TMF, performs routine data cleaning. So this sounds sort of like a clinical trial lead maybe, or reports to the clinical affairs manager. So this is going to be sort of like a assistant project manager type role. And this is in Colorado. So look, there are positions out there. I've been all over the country right now. So here's one, Dexcom. Let's see what they're about. Travel up to 30%. That's not a lot. So I'm hesitant. If you're looking for CRA and it says 30%, I'm hesitant. Typically as CRA, you want to see 50% minimum if you're looking for a CRA role. That's what I look for first. So this is probably like a clinical trial assistant. Look, acts as a study coordinator for in-house studies. This is a great role for somebody who is, look, bachelor's degree, have less than 2 years direct clinical research associate experience, or an equivalent combo of education. So this is entry level. This is something you apply to if you're in San Diego. I know I've got a lot of San Diego listeners out there too. So for those people looking to get in, this is for you. We got Wake Research, clinical research coordinator position, clinical research associate. This is probably a coordinator. Urgent filling for a clinical CRO at Charlotte. Contract. Oh, okay. Cool. I don't know what, I mean, this doesn't say much, but this is worth applying to. All right, let's see what else we got. So just moving along, guys. I mean, just moving along. All right. So we got this in New Jersey. Study startup in-house CRA. We got CRA level 2 with Rowe. That's a CRO based in Raleigh-Durham also. Oh yeah, here's one. Duke, Clinical Research Associate 1. Duke, they do hundreds of studies a year. This is a great place to go. Based in Durham, obviously. So let's see. Experience, none. Oh wait, completion of a bachelor's. So basically just need education. So this is a great opportunity. This is probably schedule and coordinate, prepare for monitoring visits, clinical and regulatory monitoring. So this looks like an actual monitor, but maintain up-to-date electronic and paper monitoring management system, schedule and coordinate, assist in the conduct of internal and external clinical and regulatory monitoring. So this looks like an entry-level CRA position. So boom, there it is, guys. Clinical research associate, lead CRA, Newton, Massachusetts, California, Boston. I don't think we went over that one, but here, entry-level oncology. So PRA is hiring entry-level CRAs right now, basically. That's basically the message. Let's see what else we got. I mean, look, Orlando, San Antonio, even though that's assistant. So this is why you got to look at this stuff every day, every single day. Now let's do it by date. All right, see, all these are just posted. And this is where I really like to look. This is where you look every single day. And I download the app. So download the app. Clinical Research Coordinator, Spokane, Washington, Kansas City, GBH, Plano, Texas, Lynchburg. But what's good about living in a hub is even though these companies have positions elsewhere, like for example, if they're hiring for an in-house CRA in, let's say they're hiring for an in-house CRA in Kentucky, right? That's a remote position. Like you don't need to be in Kentucky to be an in-house CRA or a study startup associate or a clinical data associate or a CRA or a lot of these positions. A lot of these positions are computer-based. You do not need to actually be there. There's no collaboration or anything you have to do. It's computer based. The teams are decentralized. They're located all over the world, like I've talked about in previous videos. So even if let's say you live in a hub like Raleigh, North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina, just because I've been talking about them a lot. Let's say you live in a hub there and they've got a job in Kentucky, but you live in a hub. Well, the company likely has an office in that hub. So there shouldn't be that much of an issue if you apply for that job and they really like you. They can say, you can just work out of the Raleigh-Durham office. That's what they're going to say likely. And you can just support that team you would be supporting before. So even though they're looking in Kentucky, because you live in a hub with an office, you get the advantages of that. Do you see what I'm saying there? So that's something to keep in mind. If you are really, really looking to get into this field, I strongly recommend you move to a hub. It's going to be a lot easier. And I know, you probably want to make sure you have a job first. And that's okay. That's what I did. I made sure I had a job before I moved. And that's pretty much good advice all around. But I would consider it at least. I would definitely consider making sure that you are able to move at least if you really want to get into the field. You can always move back. So yeah, guys, just wanted to do that. Today is Saturday, the 15th of September. And you can see, let's see, we see a lot of just posted jobs, and it's a Saturday. It's a 6 o'clock on a Saturday. And you see just posted jobs. So this is why you got to look. This is a 7-day-a-week job, looking for jobs. So hope this was helpful for you guys. Just wanted to kind of break it down, how you look on Indeed and what you should be looking for. And especially for someone all levels, you got senior CRAs watch the channel. You got in-house, you got all people from all over the place that watch this channel. So just wanted to put that out there, how I kind of go through and look for positions when I'm looking. All right, guys, email me at eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com if you've got any questions. Take care.